Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expect, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Basically, that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, you guys? Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was having some technical issues, child. But anyway, got it together. Can everybody see and hear me okay? Please, yes. Can everybody see and hear me okay? All right. Let me say hi to the people as you guys come in. Hey, what's up, Ravine? Hey, boo. Be informed what's going on. Hey, CC, Felicia Forever Benson. What's up, Katrina? Brown Mama, hey. Listening from the bushes while recovering from the flu. Oh my gosh, that flu is tearing everybody up. You get better. B-Lo, what's going on? Marilyn, lovely Nola, Miss Pretty Amazing. What's going on? Hey, Corey, Miss Baything. Hey, Quake. Oh, I can't wait to meet you, Quake. Kim, hey, boo. Alexis, I already said hey, Ray Bean. Hey, T Goody. Brandon, what's up? I'm here to say Fantasia husband is handsome and he is innocent because of that alone. He didn't do it like Happy Eddie didn't do it. What's up, French Kiss? How many raffle tickets were bought? I need to know if I need to buy more. That's a good question. Hold on. I can tell you. Give me a second. I can tell you, honey. Give me a second. Donna, lovely Nola. Oh, I already said that. Hey, Lock Queen. Creations by Sean. Hey, boo. Donna. Fran. Hey, Xavier. Hey, boo. Lady Kenya. Lovely 31. Hey, Andrew. Auntie Eva. Hey, Marcus. Straight from the VA. You just got off work. What's up? Hey, Kitty Doc. Hey, boo. Baby, I didn't forget about you. I'm going to the post office this weekend. I did not forget about you. I did get your message, though. I'm going to the post office this weekend, though. Matter of fact, I need to put an alert on my phone to remind me. But I'm going to take care of that this weekend. China White. Hey, another round. What's up, boo? Someone said online that Fantasia, Super, and Candy are all the same. Ooh, damn. Okay. I listened to a couple of the songs. I did listen to about 3 songs this morning. And yeah, I do like it. I'm going to probably download the whole thing. What up? Okay. But yeah, so Wale's new, we're talking about Wale's new albums. I listened to like 3 songs this morning while I was getting myself ready for work. And I did like them. So first of all, before I forget, I have been getting packages. And they, you know what? Let me say something. At Christmas time and around my birthday, I do a wish list. I also do a back to school wish list, but that's not for me. That's for my students. When it's not Christmas, when it's not my birthday, I don't think about it. And I don't know so last week I came home and I had a package, and I'm going to be honest, I was getting ready for, did it come right before the cruise? I don't remember exactly when it came, but I think it came before the cruise, but maybe the week after the cruise. Either way, I got a package, and it was from Amazon. It had my name on it, but I knew I hadn't ordered anything. So I opened it up, and I realized it was something that was off of my wish list. And I was like, okay, thank you. So I don't know if somebody had ordered it, and it got held up for some reason, and I was just getting it from Christmas. But I was like, thank you so much. And I honestly meant to thank you, but I kept leaving it in my kitchen, and I kept forgetting. Then today I came home and I had another package from Amazon, and I was like, I know I didn't order anything from Amazon. So I opened it up and it was something else that I know is on my wish list. And so I said, let me check and see if it's a gift receipt. And it was a gift receipt. I said, let me check and see if the gift receipt is the same person. And it is. It says, a gift, enjoy your gift from L. I don't know who L is, but let me say something to you, L. Whoever you are, thank you so much. Sometimes it feels good to just get a little something from somebody. And I'm going to show you what it is. So the person, whoever L is, thank you so much. And I hope you see this. They got me the shower bombs, calm shower bombs. I'm going to use one tonight. I'm going to use one tonight before I go to bed. It says, enter your own personal oasis after a long day's journey. It's a calming fizz. You just put, you had those shower bombs. Hey, Angela. Hey, Chef Don Don. So thank you. And I knew this was something I had on my wish list. So thank you. And then the other thing that came was a travel makeup mirror. Now, y'all know I haven't been doing my makeup like I used to. But the funny thing is, when I do my makeup, 90% of the time is when I'm not home. I do my makeup when I'm traveling more than I do my makeup here. But thank you. So whoever L is, thank you so much. You can drop down if you're here. If you want to stay anonymous. I just want you to know I appreciate it, because clearly you still have the link to my wish list, because I haven't posted my wish list since Christmas. And either you ordered this and for some reason I'm just getting it, or you were like, I want to do something nice for Really B. And with that, whichever one, you still were doing something nice for me. It was just a matter of whether I got it in December or I got it in February. So I like to think you sent me a Valentine's Day gift. So thank you so much. And again, I meant to thank you last week, but I'm kind of glad I didn't now, because then I can thank you at the same time for both. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on. Let me make sure. Hold on. Okay. My couch is over there, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to slide off the couch. You love me, Bougie B. Shut up. What up, Cruiser? Kim and Drew. Hey, Kim and Drew. Y'all come on in. Montrez. Hey, boo. So that's the first thing. The second thing y'all asked me was to check how many names on the wheel. Ravine said, I need to know if I need to buy some more raffle tickets. So hold on. Let me share with y'all. And I do need to add some, because I haven't added. So let me just read. I'm gonna count how many people on here. Okay. So we have about, let me see. We've got about 27 entries. We have about 27 entries, but out of those 27 entries, it is how many? Let me tell you how many people it is. Out of those 27 entries, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those 27 entries are from 7 people. So you might have a good chance of winning, Ravine. It sounds like you have a good chance of winning. So explain the raffle. No problem. So here's what the raffle is. I'm doing a Black History Month raffle. Y'all like my this is my newest Panther Party, Black Panther Party t-shirt, or what is to work today. I told you guys I try to wear I really wear t-shirts all the time that say different things. But during February, I try to do a Black History t-shirt every day. So this was my newest shirt I added to my collection. Anyway, so it is a virtual. The tickets are virtual. So here's how the raffle is going to work, Miss Daniel. There are 3 different prizes. The first prize is a Black History Month care package, which will include at least 2 books, a t-shirt, and some other swag, whether it's a mug or whether it's something else. I'm actually going to buy the stuff next week. But I know which books I'm going to buy. I'm not going to tell y'all yet, but I know which books I'm going to buy. And I'll buy a shirt, one of the shirts that it may be this one, I don't know. But it'll be a Black History Month shirt, and it'll be some other swag. And again, the other swag I have not quite figured out yet. It's just going to depend on where my brain takes me as I'm putting the package together. The second prize is Really BTV swag. So you'll get like a Really BTV mug or cup, Really BTV shirt, something Really BT, to be some swag. The third prize is a $25 Visa gift card that I am strongly encouraging people to use on a Black business. I didn't want to buy for a specific Black business because you may not have that Black business in your area, or maybe something you don't need. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So the raffle tickets are virtual raffle tickets. The link is in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat again. When you fill out the Google Doc, you're filling out the important information I need to know. And you're telling me how many tickets you're buying. And then you can Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal me the money. Once I receive the money, I will add your name to the wheel. So let me show you what the wheel looks like so you'll know what I'm talking about when I say to the wheel. It is an electronic wheel, so y'all don't have to worry about me pulling a name out of a hat. It is an electronic wheel. And this is what the wheel looks like. So as people send me the money, I add their name to the list. And it's a few names. It's a few tickets I need to add. But you see how the people's names are, it's on the wheel. It's on the wheel. And we're going to spin that wheel 3 times and see who wins the 3 gifts. Here's the link again. If you want to fill out a link, and then it tells you my Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. But you can PayPal me or Zelle me at the email address. I'll put that in the chat. You can Zelle me or PayPal me there. The tickets are $10 a piece, or you can do 3 for $20, or you can do 10 for $80. If you win the gift card, please tell us which Black business you supported so we can support if we can. I will definitely do that. I can do that. I can definitely do that. I can do that. Yeah. So the tickets are $10 each. Again, you could do 1 ticket for 10, 3 for 20, 10 for 80. And then we will be selling tickets until the end of the month. And on March the 1st, we will do the drawing. You don't have to be present to win. Just fill out that form and I'll have a way to contact you. So you do not have to be present to win. Okay? All right. So those are, hey, JB, what's up, boo? So those are the raffle ticket. That's the raffle. If you have any more questions, just put it in the chat. Don't forget to vote. Y'all know that I've been nominated for 3 Starlight Awards. So if you have not voted, can you please go vote? One of my moms will drop the link in the chat for the voting. If not, I'll drop it in the chat. I can drop it in the chat. But please go vote. And y'all know that Evie is nominated. Please go vote for Evie. El Teddy has been nominated. Scotty has been nominated. The Whether You Like It or Not panel has been nominated. T has been nominated. Markel, Chasing Reality, Chasing Dallas, Chasing Orlando, I think. And those are people that y'all know we support. Those are brands that y'all know we support. So go vote. And there it is. And I was talking to somebody earlier and they were like, people are talking about coming to Houston. Listen, if y'all want to come to Houston to come to the awards or just want to come to Houston to hang, by all means, there it is right there. Hey, Don dropped the link right there, y'all. Please vote. Listen, I got to remember to vote for my damn self sometime if you want to know the truth of the matter. But you can vote up to 3 times from the same email address. So if I forget to vote on one day, baby, I just make sure I vote 3-4 times. Everybody have about 4 email addresses. I just try to vote from all my different email addresses to make up for the day I forgot, child. The awards are that June the 6th, 7th, 8th, that weekend, whatever that weekend is in June. Yeah. So that's actually the next plane ticket I'm going to buy. I bought my plane ticket a couple of weeks ago. I bought my plane ticket for the cruise I'm going on in May. So the next time I'm getting on a plane that I know of will be Houston in June. So that's the next June 5th through the 7th. Thank you, boo. So that's the next plane ticket I'm going to buy is for Houston. So there's that. Last but not least of the church announcements. Thank you. Somebody just bought some raffle tickets. Thank you. I will add your name to the wheel as soon as I get off of here. Thank you. I just saw it pop up on my screen. Thank you, my love. Y'all know, and y'all going to hear this until March the 16th. I'm going to talk about it until March the 16th, okay? And I'm still talking about it after March the 16th, but you won't have to hear it during the church announcements. Y'all know we getting on this ship next February, okay? Let me take this off the screen. We are getting on this ship next February, okay? Now, for those who don't know, we went on a cruise Super Bowl weekend. The tribe went on a cruise Super Bowl weekend, and baby, we had a time. A time was had. And so before we could even get off the ship good, the people were saying, when we doing this again? And so we're doing it again next February. Okay. Next Super Bowl weekend, we're going to be back on Royal Caribbean. Okay. We're going to be back on Royal Caribbean. This time it's a 4-day cruise, but you still really only taking the same amount of days off of work because Super Bowl weekend next year falls on President's Day. So it's still the same amount of days off work. Okay. So hold on. I don't like this view. So it's still the same amount of days off work. But we trying to get we have a few new people coming and we still have plenty of rooms. Oh, Kim, I would love to meet you, Kim. I would love to meet you, Kim. I'm sorry. But we're definitely doing this again, trying to get some people on the ship. I talked to some people today that I'm trying to get them on the ship. And so let me just go through this and then we're gonna get into hold on, there we go. Hold on. Thank you. Somebody else just bought a raffle ticket. Thank you. When I get off of here, I will update the wheel. I will definitely update the wheel when I get off of here. Okay, that's better. So here's the information. We are selling on February the 11th through the 15th of next year, 2027. Those are the prices. Those prices are locked until March the 16th. So if you want an interior room, that is for double occupancy. So if you get a roommate, just cut that price in half, okay? So for interior, it's $892. For ocean view, it's $1,008.86. For a balcony view, it's $1,386, and that is for double occupancy. Single occupancy rates are a little bit cheaper because they take the taxes off. So just when you call, let them know if you're single occupancy. When you call, you need to call that number right there, the 800 number, 465-3595. Press number 5. It'll take you to group sales, which that is what we are. We are a group. Give them our group number right there, 9923946, and they will pull us up, Tribe Bowl 2.0, and you tell them you want to book. You tell them you are ready to book the cruise. Where are we going? We're leaving out of Miami, Florida, and tentatively, I have to say tentatively because, unfortunately, things may change, but tentatively, we are going to be going to Labadee, Haiti. If you've ever been to Labadee, Haiti, it is basically a beach. It is a privately owned beach, but it's just in the territory of Haiti, but it is a privately owned beach by the cruise lines. And it's a beach. They have food. They have jet skis and zip lining and bungalows and all those things to have a good day, a fun day at the beach. So that is what it is. And then the other 2 days we are going to be at sea where we'll be doing bar crawls and karaoke and I guess they got the hibachi on the ship. Spas and things of that nature. So we're going to be having a good time, y'all. If you went on the last one, listen, let me tell y'all something. And go ahead, if you need that, take a picture of it. If not, hit me up on Instagram and I can send it to you. If you didn't get it or you thought you wrote it down and you didn't, hit me up on Instagram and I can send you the flyer, no problem. Let me tell y'all a little secret. If you thought I was playing about how much of a good time we had, the day that I announced this cruise, 10 people booked. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. The day that I announced this cruise, 10 people already booked. Day one. And I want to say all 10 of them were on the first cruise. I feel like all 10 of them were on the first cruise. So that let you know we had a good time. Tracy said them bougie tribe members are booking all the damn junior suites. Listen, y'all are booking them junior suites now. Listen. Yeah. Now, look. Y'all call me bougie. But the tribe are booking them junior suites because the prices are really good. The junior suite is like $1,900. And honestly, if you've ever been on a cruise and you've gone by yourself, the balcony rooms are usually like around $1,800-$1,900. So a lot of people are like, well, shoot, I normally pay $1,800 for the balcony or more. Especially if I'm a single cruiser, I'm going to give me a junior suite for $1,900. Now that's what the bougie tribe is doing. Look at Ravine. Ravine said, what's up with the junior suite? Okay, let me give you the price. The junior suite price is, for double occupancy, the junior suite price is $1,988. For single occupancy, it's like $18 and some change. But for double occupancy, it's $1,988. So I ain't gonna tell y'all who got the junior suite, but what I am gonna say is we probably done booked about four or five junior suites. Majini, those types of things I'll call back once everybody has paid and I know exactly who's in the group and we get a consensus. I can check on that kind of stuff. I can't do anything right now. I can't do anything till November. But once November comes and the final payment is due and my group is locked in, then we can check on that kind of stuff. But I definitely will, because I think a lot of us are interested in that. So I definitely can look at seeing what that looks like for a whole group. Yeah, it is a good price, ain't it, Ravine? So, yeah. So, again, y'all have a couple of more weeks to think about it. What room do you recommend for a first-time sailor? So, it depends. I mean, I don't know. I would say maybe an ocean view for a first-time sailor. Some people may not be comfortable with the balcony. But an interior room, you may feel a little claustrophobic if you want a view. I've been in all three. I've been in an interior room with no window. I've been in an ocean view, and I've been on a balcony, and I've been in a junior suite. Thanks to Cruise. A cruiser upgraded me to a junior suite one time on a cruise that I went on with her. So I've been on a junior suite before too. So for a first-time cruiser, I guess it depends on who what you like or don't like. But I would say at least get you a window. At least get you and a midship. Yeah. If you know, again, but you can reach out to me one-on-one. We could talk about it one-on-one. Yeah, but I would definitely do at least an ocean view. That's my recommendation. Sending you the flyer. Okay. Cruiser said they want a bubble bath on the cruise, child. Honey. Hold on, y'all. See, the expert agrees with me. A window and midship. Yep. Thank you, Cruiser. Yep. Yeah, I've done an interior. And I'm going to be honest, the thing I did not like the most about the interior room is, baby, you want to talk about something being pitch black as soon as you cut the lights out. Baby, those interior rooms. Baby. You hear me? But I was cool with it. Like, I didn't hate it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I gotta, I didn't hate it. It was what it was. That's when I did the European cruise. So if I'm being honest, at that point in my life, that's what I could afford. It was a European cruise. It was a 10-day cruise. I still had to get airfare and have my spending money and all of that. So that's what I could afford. And that was like 19 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. It was on Carnival. I know cruises swear me down. I don't do Carnival, but I have done Carnival cruises. It was a Carnival cruise. It was their inaugural European. It was the first time they had done a European itinerary. It was the inaugural one, and I did that. Oh, thank you for the cash. I mean, for buying the raffle ticket. Thank you so much. So yeah, they that's what I could afford. Like I said, that was 20 years ago. So yeah, but I wouldn't trade the experience for the world. I had so much fun. It was the best cruise. And I know some people are like 10 days, but baby, I had me a good time. Them 10 days went because we went somewhere. We went to so many different places. Those 10 days went by like that. Let me see. In 10 days, we went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We went 7 different places in 10 days. Because we started off, the first stop we made was like near where Mount Vesuvius is, because we went to Pompeii and we went down the coast of Amalfi. So that was the first stop. The second stop was, I think the second stop was Croatia. The third stop was maybe all right, let me just say that I don't remember the order. I don't remember the order. Let me just tell you where we went, child. Croatia, the first stop, well, we flew out of Rome. So we went to Rome and then we flew out of, the ship left out of Rome. And then we did Barcelona, Sicily, Venice. We did another part of Italy, which is near the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's why I went to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's 6 places. So that means we went somewhere else. I can't remember now. Or maybe we only went 6 places. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and we went to the south of France. We went to not Saint-Tropez, we went to Cannes, France. So yeah, 7. We went 7 stops. We went to 7 different stops. So it was a good time. Listen, the ship is nice and big. We don't feel nothing. The bar crawl committee had motion sickness patches, and Cruiser had a whole plan. Yeah, you had your motion. Yeah, Get you your motion sickness patches. I know El Teddy had his patches on the whole time. So I've never, knock on wood, I've never dealt with motion sickness. The first cruise I went on, I remember I took pills with me, but I forgot to take them. And by the time I remembered, the cruise was almost over, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I don't need them because I forgot to take them." I have to have accessible for my scooter, and I did a balcony. Okay. I didn't have a great experience in Croatia, but it had nothing to, that's another I don't even feel like telling that story today. I feel like I've told it before, but I don't feel like telling it today. But long story short, Croatia is beautiful, but it's not a place I would be worried about going back to. But it is beautiful. It was a beautiful country. It was a beautiful country. Okay. Tracy, that's what I'm talking about. Didn't we have that conversation yesterday? Anyway, moving right along. It's 19. Okay, so yes, that price is double occupancy for the junior suite. It's $1,988.86 to be exact, and that's for double occupancy in the junior suite. Yes. Yeah. So with that being said, let's get into it. We don't have a lot to get into today. I know y'all say I say that all the time, but I feel like we don't have a lot to get into until we start talking, and then I feel like we're talking about a lot. But let's go ahead and get into it. I hope to see you guys there again. If you have more questions, feel free to drop them in the chat if you have more questions. And I will answer. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to hit that button. And I will answer as much as I can answer. Okay. So let's get into it, child. Let me scroll back and see what we got going on. Now, I saw this and I wasn't really sure. Yeah, you know what, Quake? We are doing the panel. I just don't. I got to check the group chat. I had to check the group chat and find out when we're doing it. But yeah, we are doing the panel. Not single was cheap. I might as well leave my husband at home. What? I don't have nothing to do with people leave their husbands at home. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with you leaving your husband at home, girl. Now, apparently, somebody has way too much money on their hands. It says, judge rules Buffalo Wild Wings can continue to call their popular menu item boneless wings, even though they are essentially chicken nuggets. So when I read this and it says the judge rules, that told me it was a lawsuit involved. So you mean that somebody fixed their lips to get on the phone and call an attorney and say, I would like to sue Buffalo Wild Wings because they are misrepresenting chicken and calling it chicken wings when it's really a chicken nugget. Do you know how many cruises I can book for the money you probably spent on that lawyer? Or just trips in general? You know how many flights I can take for the money you probably spent on that lawyer? And honestly, what is the difference between a boneless wing and a chicken nugget? Because that's what the fuck it is. Because I know you don't think they're really like deboning a chicken wing. Like, girl. I mean, I saw that yesterday and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But okay, child. People have too much time on their hands, honey. Too much time on their hands. Moving right along. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. When I first saw this, I wasn't sure if it was true because, you know, people say this all the time and then we come to find out it's not true. But apparently the Seattle Seahawks are not going to the White House. Now, if it's false information, I've seen it on CNN. But apparently, you know, it is customary that the champions go to the White House and meet with the president, the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, you know, college basketball, college football. It's customary that they go and they go see the president. Well, the Seattle Seahawks, I don't know if you guys know it or not. Hey, Papo. But the Seattle Seahawks are that their owner is very anti-Trump. She's also a white woman, very liberal. And it seems as though they have declined. Now, again, I have seen this reported on CNN, but if it's incorrect or if they change their mind or whatever, I'll let y'all know. But it sounds like they were like, thank you, but no thank you, sir. Okay. Also, the Seattle Seahawks are also going on sale. Now, this is what was interesting. I'm going to read you this. This is an official statement from the estate of Paul G. Allen. The estate of Paul G. Allen today announced that it has commenced a formal sale process for the Seattle Seahawks. It is consistent with Allen's directive to eventually sell his sports holdings and direct all estate proceedings to philanthropy. The estate has selected investment bank of Allen and Company and law firm Latham and Watkins to head the sale process, which is estimated to continue through the 2026 offseason. NFL owners must then ratify a final purchase agreement. So let me say this. So the former owner of the Seattle Seahawks, he put that in his will that the teams, there were certain circumstances or certain stipulations about selling the team, and they're saying they haven't even received the invitation yet. Okay, because I saw it different places, but I've seen it before, and then come to find out it ain't true. So, like I said, if it's false, if it's a false report, then thanks. The great thing is 100% of the sale of this franchise is supposed to go to charitable organizations. Making a decision to sell the franchise right after a Super Bowl win is chef's kiss. That is going to probably be your best bang for your buck right now. The stock is going to be high. So that was a really, really, really great decision to say, okay, well, we're going to sell it now. So, yeah. I've been trying to get hired by Latham and Watkins for over a year now. Oh, wow, DB. Listen, if the Seahawks stay home, I might have a new team. Again, we're going to keep an eye on it. Again, I saw it on ESPN, but again, I have been duped before. Because I think, who was it before that said they weren't going? I think the Eagles. And then it just ended up that certain players just didn't go, but the organization went. So I've been duped before. So that's why I said if that's not the case, then, you know, so thank you, Cruiser. I know Cruiser went to her computer because Cruiser is good for a Google. I would love to see an owner of color. Yeah, I mean, the Commanders have a minority owner, Magic Johnson, but he's a minority owner, but technically he is a owner. You still haven't gotten your jersey that you ordered? Oh, wow, Majini. Oh, wow. Baby, Majini was celebrating Shador Sanders' birthday. It was so funny. She had a birthday tiara on and everything. Everybody kept thinking it was her birthday. And she was like, no, it's Shador's birthday. And she had his jersey on. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. She was serious too. Yeah. Yep, she's the owner. She's the owner. Speaking of the Commanders, baby, why is our owner in the e-files? I said. Now, I need to get some context, just like with Whoopi. I need to get some context as to why his name was in the e-files and what he was doing or what he wasn't doing. But I saw that and I said, I'm sorry, what? Josh Allen is in the what? I need to find out. I need some clarification, or I might be looking for a new team. And that's real talk. So I need some clarification. Moving right along. I'm keeping my eye on it though. Doing my research. Update to America's Next Top Model. Miss J, they said that since the taping of that documentary, Miss J actually can stand up on his own and can take steps. So we saw in a documentary where he said that he could not walk. He had to learn how to talk again, and he could not walk. But since the taping of the documentary, he has been able to stand up and take steps. He's not at a full-on walk yet, but he is getting there. So shout out to Miss J. Jay Emanuel also said that he still has not heard from Tyra. He said he doesn't expect to. Oh, they were on Sherry Shepherd today? Oh, I got to go watch it. I didn't know they were on Sherry Shepherd today. But speaking of which, Jennifer Hudson's show has been renewed for its 5th season. Now, I'm going to be honest, Jennifer, Go on and start planning for your next chapter, because I don't feel like you have too many more seasons in you. I feel like you dodged the chopping block this year, but I don't feel like you're going to get, I feel like maybe it might be 5 and might be 5 and that might be it. I don't wish bad on you, but it just seems like the talk show genre is recycling, and that's what it does. And when we were growing up, everybody had a talk show, right? Oprah, Phil Donahue, of course, were at the top of the heap, but you had your Sally Jesse Raphaels and your Montel Jordans and your Rashondas and your Ricky Lakes, and I could go on and on and on. And then it seemed like the daytime talk show sort of went away. I mean, you had Rosie O'Donnell and she kind of did her thing, and then you had Ellen and she kind of did her thing, but you didn't see a plethora. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, all of a sudden, all of these talk shows started popping up and everybody started getting them. Drew Barrymore, Sherry Shepherd took over for Wendy Williams, Jennifer Hudson, Kelly Clarkson. Like, you started seeing them again, and now it seems like they're sort of kind of dying off again. Things cycle in television. Audiences are fickle, and audiences cycle through. Talk shows are getting replaced by yeah, they are. Podcasts, yeah. Yeah, I think it's the spirit tunnels, because I don't enjoy watching Jennifer Hudson either. Jennifer Hudson, oh gosh. Jennifer Hudson is like, she's in between Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen, because Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen were lighthearted. Like, yeah, Montel Jordan, yeah, they were lighthearted. Like, that Ellen is not going to ask no hard questions. Ellen is not going to give you a gotcha. It's going to be fun. It's going to be light. It's going to be jokes. They're going to play games. Same thing with Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell, the running joke on Rosie O'Donnell was her love for Tom Cruise, how much she wanted Tom Cruise, how in love she was with Tom Cruise. And then he finally came on the show, and it was a whole moment, and it was all fun and games and stuff like that. But they were both comedians, and they could be funny. Jennifer Hudson's not funny. And her interview style is very Taylor Swiftish. Remember I told y'all how Taylor Swift does the me? No. And I told you how that irritates me because it comes off disingenuous, like, girl, bye. That's kind of how Jennifer Hudson comes off when she does these interviews. Oh girl. Oh my goodness. I can't believe, like, it's irritating to me. Like, I honestly cannot sit through, and I love Jennifer Hudson. I do, but I do not enjoy watching her. Xavier, that was before she came out of the closet. When Rosie O'Donnell first started doing her show, she was not out of the closet. And so, again, it was the whole running joke of Tom Cruise. She came out of the closet during that time, because by the time she got done doing Rosie O'Donnell, because she had already adopted her first son, her oldest son, but she was single. By the time she got done doing the Rosie O'Donnell show, she had come out of the closet, and she kind of felt like that was part of the demise of her show, is that when she came out the closet, there was a whole backlash, and she sort of felt like that led to the demise of the ending of her show. But yeah, when she started the show, she was not out of the closet. I mean, I feel like if you were in her inner circle, you probably knew, but it wasn't public. She doesn't transition well during the... Yeah, I just don't enjoy it. I just don't, and again, I wish her well. Y'all know, I mean, she a black woman working. I ain't mad at her, but I just... The Commander's owner issued a statement about his name being in those files. You should check it out. Oh, I'll Google it. I didn't see it. I'm surprised I didn't get it. I'm surprised I didn't get an email or anything about it. She came out her second to last season. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, again, because that was me. I didn't like. I watched Rosie O'Donnell. I liked it. I thought she was funny. I've always liked it. I remember Rosie O'Donnell when she was on Star Search. And again, if y'all remember Star Search, Star Search had a comedian category. And I remember Rosie O'Donnell from when she was on Star Search, because I used to love Star Search as a kid. And I remember I was a kid, I was like maybe in middle school. And I remember her being on Star Search as a comedian. And I don't know if she won the whole thing, but she went far. I can't remember if she won or not, but she went far. Oh, I didn't know anything. Until she said it, I didn't know she didn't like men. I didn't know it. I didn't know she was gay. Why y'all keep acting? I didn't know. How was I supposed to know she wasn't gay? She was on MTV? I did not know Rosie O'Donnell was on MTV. Y'all say that like it wasn't like she walked around with a sign on. She was very feminine acting. She had, you know what I mean? She wore makeup, she long hair, she dressed up. Like she wasn't the Rosie O'Donnell today that doesn't really wear makeup, that kind of like the only time Rosie O'Donnell has on makeup is if she working. Any other time Rosie O'Donnell is like, whatever. Y'all gonna get this good t-shirt and these shorts. I may or may not sit in the sun and get no color. Y'all gonna get what y'all get. Like I watch her on TikTok, baby. Rosie O'Donnell don't give a damn. But she wasn't always like that. She had a cute little bob. When she first started doing her talk show, she had a cute little bob cut. I never felt like she was gay. Okay, now, Marilyn, you didn't know Elton John was gay? Okay. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. A movie A League of Their Own told me what I needed to know. I don't know. Who? Rosie O'Donnell was going to give me a break? Okay. Now, how did you not know that the brat was gay? Huh? There was only one time that the brat looked, was when that video, I think it's called How Do You Like, when she had on the bikini and she had the hair out, her hair was out and she had on the bikini. Well, technically maybe she was bisexual because she said she's been with men. So I don't know. Yeah, the brat. Yeah, that I remember her in that bikini because when she did the video in the bikini, everybody was like, "What the?" Because she always wore baggy clothes and so when she bust out in that bikini, we were like, "Okay, that's what you got up under all them clothes." Okay. She said she did. The brat didn't the brat say she dated Allen Iverson? She dated Allen Iverson at one point, she said. I remember her being in the Flintstones. Mm-hmm. Okay, so shout out. A billionaire has donated $100 million to USA Olympics. So each Olympian is guaranteed $200,000, whether they medal or not. So shout out to whoever that billionaire was that donated the money, because as you guys know, Olympians do not, most Olympians are not rich. Most Olympians do not walk away with a lot of money, even if they win. Y'all know they get a certain amount of money per medal. And the United States is actually one of the cheaper countries. Other countries pay their athletes way more money if they medal than what the United States pays. And unless you're like a Simone Biles or a Michael Phelps, you don't get the endorsements. You don't get that supplemental money. And a lot of athletes that are in the less popular sports, a lot of them have to like raise money and do GoFundMes and stuff like that just to have enough money to go to the Olympic Games. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. Yeah, they're doing a new Star Search, but yeah, no, I'm not watching it. Number one, I'm not watching it because I'm just not interested in stuff like that anymore. That kind of stuff doesn't hold my interest anymore, like talent show stuff. It used to. I really used to love it, but it doesn't anymore. And number two, because Jelly Roll is one of the judges, and I'm just not. Yeah. So shout out, $200,000 is life changing. Chiefs wide receiver, Rashee Rice is hit with a $1 million lawsuit as the mother of his children claims that he abused her for years, including during her pregnancy. You know, let me say something. I used to be the kind of person that would be like, why you ain't just take them to jail? Why you didn't file a police report? Why you didn't go to jail? I mean, why you didn't go to the police? I'm going to be honest with you. I no longer am of that mindset. I'm no longer of that mindset. I'm of the mindset of hit these people where it hurts. Because so many people get away with a slap on the wrist or get away with nothing that, you know what? If you can take this man to court and get his money and you can get paid for your pain, get paid for your pain. Fuck going to the police. Just for him to get charged, the charges to get dropped, or for them to, like, you know, negotiate a plea deal, and then you walk away and you still ain't got shit. You know what? You the mother of this man's children. He played for the NFL, which means this money ain't gonna be there forever. Go on and get it. Just go on and get it. Now, I don't know if the man is guilty or not. I'm just making a statement about women. Just get it. Or men, just get it. At this point, you know what? Fuck the police altogether. Just sue. Just sue. Get you some money. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, at this point, I just feel like going to the police when it comes to certain things at this point is just overrated. The NFL ain't gonna fire him. He gonna at the most that might happen to him is he gonna get fined and maybe he'll get traded. Maybe they'll trade him to another team. But let's be real. Let's call a thing right now. They ain't gonna do nothing. So, girl, if this man put his hands on you and he owe you some and you the mother of his children, girl, get it. Get paid for your pain. But let me tell you what you better not do, though. Don't double back. Be done. Don't be like Tyreek Hill's baby mama ex-wife and talk about he did all these horrible things to you and then be begging him to come back and be using your child support money to buy Bentleys and shit. Now, don't do that. Anyway, I didn't read all the details, child. I think I am DV'd out for a while. And I'm not even saying that to be funny, y'all. I just... Now, I think y'all said this last night when we were talking about the America's Next Top Model documentary. Kenya Burris, who we know created Blackish and other shows he's moved on to do, but Blackish, we know him very well from Blackish. He actually was he worked on the show, and he is credited as one of the creators and developer of America's Next Top Model, yet his name wasn't even mentioned. Now, maybe he chose not to participate in the documentary, but his name wasn't even mentioned. So somebody said that in the chat last night, and I found that to be interesting, but I saw tweets today about it. So I saw some tweets today about it. So I just thought that was interesting. Now, Lil Durk, y'all, we've been sort of following this Lil Durk case. Y'all know Lil Durk is the rapper that is up for allegedly planning a hit on his rival. And he's in jail, honey. He's in jail. But they said that during the discovery process, prosecutors have found a DM in which he talks about hunting the ops. That's not really a good it's not really a good thing for them to find that you allegedly was hunting the ops when that's what you're being charged with doing. I mean, that's not a smoking gun, but it's in the wheelhouse. It's in the wheelhouse. Now I want y'all to hear something. Y'all know that The View has been on television for probably about 30 years, okay? And y'all know that The View was purposely made up of women of all ages, races, and different political and different beliefs and thoughts, right? So on The View, there's always been a quote unquote conservative. Most of the panel is usually liberal or in the middle, but there's always at least one conservative to sort of be the balance beam. Barbara Walters used to play neutral when she would be on the show, but generally speaking, you have the one conservative. So the lady that's the conservative now, I don't even remember her name. She's out on maternity leave. So they're bringing in guest hosts. And of course, they want to keep that balance. So they're bringing in conservative guest hosts. So this week, it's Savanah Chrisley. And I'm going to let y'all hear what she had to say. Alyssa, thank you. Alyssa Farrah Griffin, thank you. And I want y'all to hear. I want y'all to hear what she had to say. Wait a minute, y'all. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up.
Witness is people stating that the president is a racist, because I've seen him firsthand. He saved one of my best friend's lives, a black woman who has been with him for 18 years. So he has a black friend. He's a racist. No, he saved her life. No, he did. He's a racist.
When you target DEI programs with executive office, from your with executive orders, your first week in office, arguing that the policies undermine national unity. You know, when you shared racist posts about the Obamas, when you pursued the death penalty for the exonerated five, after you knew they had been exonerated. These are the reasons that his behavior is so hard. And I don't know whether you know about this, but in the 70s, he was accused of discriminating against black tenants because he wouldn't rent to them. He didn't want them to build. What happened? Is that an accusation? No, that was a proven fact. They took him to court.
You know, like a thing. Donald Trump is a racist. There's no question in my mind that it's time to say the truth and tell it like it is. And the most recent thing that he did by posting on Truth Social, the Obamas depicted as apes in The Lion King, where there are no apes in The Lion King. That was a racist act. He tried to blame a staffer. A staffer did not do it. It was a staffer who posted it. It was in fact a staffer who posted it. Can we please roll the clip? It was a staffer who posted it.
Should be taken as the policy of the Trump administration. It's coming straight from the horse's mouth. When you see it on Truth Social, you know it's directly from President Trump.
President Trump is a racist. He is not. Who put that clip of the Obamas for the first time in history, HBCUs got permanent funding under the Trump administration.
That funding was started before. Yeah,
that funding was started, Savannah, sweetheart, before Donald Trump got into office.
That thing about the...
And that is why I will not and cannot debate or have a conversation with a Trump supporter. Because even in the face of everything that is going on, you are still arguing that this man ain't a racist. And you're going to sit there and argue and say, he didn't post that video. Hey, bitch. He said he posted the video. He said he did it. He said he wasn't going to apologize for doing it. And he didn't see nothing wrong with what he did. Then when Whoopi brings up what happened in the 1970s, your ass gonna say, well, was that an accusation? Ma'am, that is a very well documented fact that him and his father were sued and they lost in court. They weren't just sued, they lost. And then when you pander and bring up the HBCUs, first of all, bitch, I'm going to need you to be able to say it with a straight face like you actually know what the hell you're talking about. For you to stumble through initials is a problem. The HBCUs, because see, that lets you know she don't even know what the fuck a HBCU is, because if you knew what a HBCU was, you'd be able to just, it rolls off your tongue. HBCU. You went to a HBCU? Yeah, I went to a HBCU. Even when my students ask me, Ms. Proctor, what is a HBCU? It rolls off your tongue. You don't stumble through initials. Well, for the first time in history, HBCUs have been permanently funded. First of all, that is not what it is. And second of all, he didn't do it. See, that's that bullshit I hate. Don't try to prove he's not a racist by throwing out some token that he threw at quote unquote black people. So we're supposed to be okay with everything else that he's got going on with DEI and with ICE dragging people of color through the streets and separating, parents from their children and all the other things and unaliving people. We just had a teacher killed yesterday in Savannah, Georgia on her way to work, minding her black ass business. ICE officials are in pursuit of somebody and it's a whole car accident. That woman sat in her car for 12 minutes without any help. So don't tell me because they threw some money at an HBCU that I'm supposed to be okay with it and he ain't a racist. Fuck you, Savannah. She said something stupid yesterday too. I didn't even dignify and bring her on here to have a conversation about it. But she said something stupid yesterday too. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I watch The View. I usually catch up on it on the weekend. I usually watch the episodes during the weekend. I record it during the week, and I fast forward through things I don't want to see or people I don't care about. Baby, I'm probably gonna delete this whole week. I'm probably not even gonna watch because to me it's gonna take me back to the Meghan McCain days, and I don't have that energy. I don't have that energy in me right now to go back to the Meghan McCain days. I don't have it in me. I'm probably just going to delete this whole week. I ain't even going to watch none of it. Yeah, she's auditioning for Fox News. Yeah, she is. Stupid ass. I ain't got the energy. I'm going to be honest, and I don't know this to be a fact. I feel like them bringing her on was in response to, Donald Trump, and they probably sent her over there, child. I don't know. Anyway, you sounded stupid You sounded stupid. Really Be The View has a YouTube page and the episodes are there. What? Huh? I don't need to know what. I mean, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you for the information, but I record it. I don't need to go to YouTube. I record it every day. It's in my DVR every week. I've been recording The View for years. Ciao. Anyway. Let me see. Let's go on and get into Fantasia responding. I told you I already have a lot to talk about today. Let's go ahead and get into Fantasia responding. Yeah, that's why I was getting ready. I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole, but yeah, Chuck, the administration said they were investigating The View. I feel like this was a political move. I feel like people over top of their head brought Savanah on to balance the scales, and she's doing exactly what she's being paid to do. Let's be clear. Because when she was talking about the HBCU, she was reading it off of a cue card. She literally was looking at the table and reading off of notes. So, I mean, I 100% feel like she was sent there, and she did exactly what she was sent to do. You know what I'm saying? But moving right along. We're moving right along. She was on this week Griffin is on maternity leave. She's having a baby. So she's probably going to be out for at least the next 3-4 months. So that, you know how they do when somebody's out. They're going to probably bring somebody different in every week, but they're going to be conservatives. They're going to be, if she's a conservative person, they're going to be people in that conservative spot. No, she's been a guest co-host all week. Oh, she had the baby. Because she looked like she was ready to pop. So she had the baby. Okay. So yeah. So however long she's out on maternity leave. Yeah. Yep. So yesterday, we talked about Fantasia and her daddy, right? So yesterday, Fantasia, I guess she was sick of her daddy. So Fantasia came down and she posted this on her Instagram. Hold on. Hold on, is this it? No. Hold on, let me find it. I need to delete some stuff. I got so much stuff in here. Sheesh. Hold on. Because Fantasia laid her daddy out. Hold on. Is this it right here? Here it is right here. Okay, so Fantasia said, I wasn't going to do this, but this has gotten out of hand. Joseph Barrino, I can't even call you dad or a father. You're a donor. We have covered for you long enough. My mom and me have made you look like you were, I'm sorry. My mom and me, because it should say my mom and I, but I'm not going to nitpick Fantasia. I'm not going to nitpick with you, Fanny. My mom and me have made you look like you were and you supposed, that should say A-N, okay, father, not A-N-D. But I'm not going to pick at you, Fanny. I'm just going to read it, girl. Like you were an okay man, but now you have come for my king. And she put that in capital letters. You have come for my king, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Tonight I go live and behind me will stand all who know you. And she put you in capital, an exclamation point, exclamation, 4 exclamation points this time. Mm-hmm. How someone steal if I, Fantasia Taylor, is the CEO and my king, Kendall Taylor, is the president of all our companies. Now, Fanny, listen. Fanny, listen to me, baby. Because I'm with you. I'm Team Fanny on this. But I need you to hear me. That doesn't help your case. That doesn't help your case. She can read now. She went to school. She got her GED. She got her tutor. She can read now. For you to say, how can he steal and then turn around and tell us he's the president of the company? That's how he can steal. Because he's the president of the companies. Now, I'm not saying he is stealing. I'm just saying that didn't help your case. But I'm going to keep reading because I'm with you, Fanny. I'm with you. Tonight, I shall help you finish the year you started. I mean, Lord, I said year, war. That wasn't Fanny, that was me. I shall help you finish the war you started. Now, let me say this. I was ready for her to go live. However, I'm glad she didn't. And instead of her going live and I guess airing out all of the dirty laundry, your king came down here to speak. So I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit. I'm not going to play the whole live, child. I don't have that kind of energy tonight. But I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit of what he said. We're going to listen to a little bit of what he said. And I'm going to just let y'all hear for yourself because, look, who am I? Who am I? I'm going to let y'all hear what the man had to say. Okay. Lord, now I got to scroll back to find it. Hold on. Now, Chris Brown and his baby mamas are fighting online. Child, I don't care nothing about Chris Brown or his baby mamas fighting. I don't. Okay, let's listen. Now, this is what Fanny's king had to say it. Okay.
When I met my wife, I was running my own multi-million-dollar company. Period. That means her success, her career didn't build me, didn't shape me. That's because I went to Sunoco Leadership Academy, BMW Black Belt Training, Tuck School of Business, Small Business Accelerator, CMEDI Business Initiative, and had a lot of success and a lot of recognition. I'm grateful for those things because I am a justice-impacted individual and I had to overcome tremendous adversity and circumstances in order to break a lot of criminogenic mindsets and trauma and behavior that was keeping me living at a lower level than what I was capable of. And I experienced incredible success. However, I wasn't satisfied with that success. And I started going into the prisons and sharing the gift of game and being transparent and vulnerable, helping brothers that are... When I met my wife, giving them breadcrumbs so that they could navigate, okay? Then I met my wife.
Yeah.
I hope she don't get upset with this, but I'm going to speak the truth. I asked for the prenup. A prenup wasn't put on me. I asked for it because I had business partners that I needed to protect, and I needed to make sure her family knew that I had no intentions on coming after anything that she had established before she met me. I wanted to create a runway where we could just experience love with each other and figure out what this unnatural, natural feeling was that we were exploring, that was just exploding in both of us, that provoked us to get married after 3 weeks. You dig? After that time, chaos broke out. The gentleman who was taking the initiative to use her and my platform, because he does not have one, to demonstrate things that are beyond false and fictitious, giving them breadcrumbs.
So let me say something. Y'all remember in Living Color? Y'all remember that character that Damon Wayans used to play? When he was the jail inmate and he would use all these big words, but it didn't. When you string them together, he ain't saying shit. And one of my favorite lines when he said something, he was like, from the Greek philosopher Massengill. Y'all remember him? That is who this sounds like to me. That is who this man sounds like to me. He said, I was a justice impacted youthful. You mean you went to jail? What that mean, justice? That's it, Oswald Bates. Thank you, Tracy. What you mean, justice impacted individual? Sir, you mean you went to jail? And then you said you asked for the prenup, not because I believed in our love and I didn't want her to think I was trying to use her. The first thing you said was because I had to protect my business partners, which means that you didn't ask for a prenup because you felt like she was the liability, not you. And we know that she has definitely had her issues with money and finances. And matter of fact, Cruiser did a really good breakdown of the fact that she's had to sell houses and she's had some financial issues since they've been together. She did that on her live the other day. But when I heard him say that, I said, wait a minute. So you didn't ask for a prenup because you felt like, oh, I don't want her to think I want her for her money. You didn't ask for a prenup because she was the liability. I mean, you asked for the prenup, excuse me. You asked for the prenup because she was the liability to you. Okay, cool. Let's keep listening. He said a little bit more, honey. He said a little bit more.
Fictitious. It's beyond that. Didn't show up to the wedding. Didn't want to speak with me. Get to know me. Fictitious. It's beyond that.
I thought it was a little bit more than that. Now he does a whole video over on YouTube. I don't have the energy for him because he used a lot of words to say something real basic. And let's be clear. I told y'all the other night, and I meant what I said, and I ain't taking it back. I don't know this man personally, so this is not based on any insight. All I'm saying is something just never sat right in my spirit. And maybe I'm just a hater. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I said, maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe Fanny was on that rooftop and met the man of her dreams. They've been together for 11 years. And like I said, I believe they have a baby together. And it does seem like her finances are in a better place. She does seem like she's doing better financially and mentally. She did The Color Purple. She had a great, she did a great job with the press run and all of that. I mean, listen, maybe I'm just a hater, but something just never sat right in my spirit. And I remember when Fanny did, y'all know that show Uncensored that comes on TV One. Actually, a new season is getting ready to drop. I think a new season starts next month. Y'all know the show Uncensored. When she did her Uncensored, she talked about meeting him and how fast they got married. And she said, look, he told me everything about him. I knew all of his history. So meaning I knew he had gone to jail. I knew he had some criminal activities in his background. And I'm not one of those people that holds that against somebody. I mean, unless they was out here being a serial, killer or something like that. I mean, y'all listen, y'all, I don't even want to say it because then Tracy gonna start calling me the Queen Pin again. But I'm not holding that kind of stuff against nobody. So that kind of thing, I'm not even gonna hold that against him. You know what I'm saying? He said, I understood everything he was saying and it made sense to me. Oh, I understood what he was saying. I just felt like he had a lot of words to say it. And again, it just reminds me of them preachers that they gotta talk for 30 minutes to say one thing. And I'd be like, God darn, baby, you could have said that 15 minutes ago. You just talking just to be talking. And again, if she like it, I love it. I don't have to sleep with that man. If she like it, I love it. And let's be clear, her daddy is damn sure not the person I'm gonna listen to with his concerns about him. He might be right, but he ain't the one I'm gonna listen to. Her daddy is not the one I'm gonna listen to. You understand? Cause I ain't after with him since he sued her. Cause I always felt like I just never understood him suing his own daughter. That just never over something like that. Now again, if it was some legitimate type stuff, but you sued her for telling the truth about you. Not Kendall could take advantage of me. Never mind. I believe what her daddy said, but he couldn't have possibly thought they would be okay with that. Oh, but he couldn't have possibly thought. And here's the thing. One thing about money, and I hate to say it like that, but one thing about money, time will tell. It always does. if this man is really, unfortunately, if this man really is effing over her money and putting her in a bad situation, unfortunately, time will tell. And I hate to say it like that because I don't wish bad on her. Listen, I have been a Fantasia fan since she auditioned for I was gonna say America's Next Top Model, Lord, American Idol. I remember her singing Proud Mary in that tank top with that short hairdo on and them braces. I remember, she didn't have braces then. She didn't get the braces till after she won. She got the braces after she won. But I remember that. I remember her and her brother, Rico. Hold on. Excuse me. I couldn't hit the button fast enough. And I remember her from that very first episode. I remember the controversy about her being a mother. People act like she wasn't supposed to win because she was a mom. I remember when they brought up all her business about her being a teenage mom and stuff. I remember when all that stuff came out. I remember, and I still remember a lot of her performances. And I remember voting for that woman every single week. Baby, I told you I used to love me some American Idol. I voted for Fantasia every single week. And I voted until I got tired of voting. My mama was downstairs voting. I was upstairs voting. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That performance of Summertime is still one of the best performances to ever be on American Idol, at least during the seasons that I watched. I haven't watched American Idol in a very long time, but since the seasons the last season of American Idol I watched was when that first season that Ellen DeGeneres was on there. And she was one and done. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I have always wanted to see her win. I remember when she won. I remember a lot of those interviews. I remember when she was on Tom Joyner. And I knew how I knew she was in trouble. She was on Tom Joyner, and Tom Joyner asked her something about what's the first thing she did or something along those lines. And I remember her saying how she bought herself a car and she didn't even have a driver's license. And Tom Joyner was like, why would you buy a car and you can't even drive it? Not legally. Now, she was probably driving it. But I remember then I said, she in trouble because she already doing shit backwards. She's already doing shit backwards. And I'm sure whatever car she bought, I'm sure it was a Benz or a BMW or something like that. I knew she was in trouble then. I remember the reality show. And I remember we saw it in real time, her family taking advantage of her in real time. The only two people that didn't seem like they were trying to take from her was her brother Rico and her mother. Everybody else around her was taking, using, taking. You could see on that show she was stressed out. And then, of course, we know her falling in love with the married man, and we saw how that ended. I remember her when she got the Color Purple job, and I remember she was on the Oprah Winfrey show. And I remember Oprah Winfrey asking her, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? And I remember her saying, yes, ma'am, I'm ready. And we know she didn't do so well with that. Part of it was because she ended up having to have surgery on her throat. She got lip nodes, the lip nodes. And she ended up having to have surgery. But I remember she left that show. I remember Simon Cowell saved her house one time. She still ended up losing. I don't know if it was the house that Simon saved or what. But I remember he paid the taxes for her. Simon Cowell paid the taxes for her. Like when I say I have been a fan, I have been a fan. I have followed Fantasia. I love Fantasia. But we are not going to sit here and pretend like Fantasia has always made the best decisions when it comes to men. And it's probably because of that no good ass daddy of hers. Why she always looking for a daddy. Vocal nose. Thank you. Yeah, Zion been grown. She done been to college and everything. Matter of fact, I could be wrong, but I feel like Zion might have had a baby. But Zion's grown. I mean, Fantasia won American Idol over 20 years ago. So Zion was what, 3 or 4 years old then. So she grown. And so maybe that's part of what my uneasiness is about Kendall, is because I just feel like she don't always make the best decisions when it comes to men. Maybe I'm a hater, y'all. I don't know. Here's what I hope, and I mean this with all the sincerity in my heart. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that their life is everything they show us that their life is. That is what I hope for her, because she deserves it. She deserves it. She is deserving of a man who is going to love up on her, who is going to treat her like a queen, she is deserving of that. She's had a rough life and she's been through a lot of shit, and she is deserving of that. That is what I want to be very clear about. I hope that is what it is. 120%. Yeah, Teeny was the worst. He was terrible. Teeny is Brorilla. Teeny was the first Brorilla. They just didn't have TikTok back then. Baby, if they had TikTok and Instagram back then, the way they have it right now, Teeny would have been the first Brorilla. He'd have been on live. The first time she told him no, he'd have been on live talking about Fantasia is a terrible sister. She ain't never did shit. She ain't never da 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 da. She ain't never. He would have done it. He'd have been the first Brorilla. Talking about she owe me. I deserve this. We was in the trenches together. I sang backup on her album. She owe me. Yeah, Teeny, he would have been the first one. He'd have been a whole Brorilla out here. Yeah, I saw that. First of all, no, change what you just said, Xavier. You said Brorilla voted for the orange man. It's time for the 15 seconds to be up. Let's change that. She probably didn't vote for nobody. She said she's a fan of the orange man. I don't believe she voted for nobody. First of all, she's a convicted felon. Can she vote in the state of Tennessee? I mean, I know that that's not across the board that convicted felons can't vote, but I don't think she went and voted for no damn body. I think she just a fan. You think I believe she went and voted? But at the end of the day, Fantasia, I'm sorry that your daddy made you have to come out here, because Fantasia don't bother nobody. Fantasia does not bother anybody. So I hate that you had to even, but I'm glad that they stopped you from going live, and that your husband came down here and that your husband addressed it, because that's what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to say, I got this. You sit over there. You have not been addressing your daddy. He came for me. I got it. He came for me. Let me deal with it. So he did, as a husband, he did what he was supposed to do. Now, the YouTuber in me, I was waiting, baby. I had my phone charged up. I had my second device charged up, ready to screen record that live. Ready to come down here and let's talk about it. But the Fantasia fan in me, I didn't want her to do it. I didn't want her to do it. And I'm glad she didn't. Now, let's be clear. That don't mean she won't. Because I feel like right now they at a place where if you don't say nothing else, I won't say nothing else. But if you say something else, I'm going to say something else. Now, that's what I feel like. I feel like if you don't say nothing else, I won't say nothing else. But if you say something else, I'm going to say something else. That's how I feel. Anyway, with that being said, please, if you have not done so, please go vote. I put the link in the chat earlier. I'm in like 3 categories. The Whether You Like It or Not panel is Abby, L. Teddy, Scotty by Nature T. We are all nominated. If you guys could go over there and vote. Hotline Bling, which is Chef Don Don's podcast, that's nominated as well. And I'm going to Houston. Listen, win or lose, baby, I'll be in the building, okay? However it goes is however it's going to go. What's for me is for me, but I'm looking forward to being in the room with so many friends and people that I am fans of as well. I'm looking forward to meeting people that I haven't met before and hanging out with some old friends. And listen, it's 242 of y'all in here. I need y'all to hear something. I'm about to give y'all some tea. Can somebody drop the link again to vote? Don, you still here? Tracy, you still here? I know y'all got the link handy. If not, I'll put it in the chat. Give me a minute, Auntie Eva. I'm about to tell y'all something. We might have a surprise for y'all in Houston. Stay tuned. I'm going to say it one more time for the people that might not have heard me in the back. We might have a surprise for y'all down to the Houston. There it is. Thank you, Ravine. There it is right there. There's the link. There's the link to vote, boo. To vote. You good, Tracy. You good. I ain't saying what it is. I'll let y'all know when it's time to let y'all know. Just know that the chefs are in the kitchen cooking up something. The chefs are in the kitchen cooking up some stuff. Okay? All right. With that being said, we're about to get out of here. Look, I want to see y'all on the cruise, y'all. My goal, cruises set a goal for me. And the goal is 50 people. We want to have at least 50 people on the ship. We took almost 30 people last time. So we want to double that, okay? So we want to get at least 50 people. So if you're thinking about it, you have until March the 16th if you want that rate. Again, you can still book after the 16th. I just can't guarantee the price after the 16th, okay? But those prices are guaranteed for interior, outside view, and balcony. The junior suite price is not guaranteed. That is not a part of the prices that that's not a part of the prices that I have guaranteed. So that might change. You might call in 2 days and it's a different rate. But I called today and it was still that rate. So if you're interested in a junior suite, just know that you have to let them know to add you to the group. Because that's not part of the inventory that I have on hold. However, you absolutely can still book, and you can book until the ship is sold out. But if you want that rate, and you have time to think about it, you got a couple of paydays between now and March the 16th to come up with your $200. And they take a firm. So put that $200 down. Baby, for these prices, you can put that $200 down to pay $50 a payday. And by November the 28th, the last day, you might not even owe nothing. You ain't even going to owe nothing. But with that being said, Cruiser says she sent him a cease and desist. Well, that hopefully, people like him don't care about cease and desist, but I hope that does shut him up. I hope that scared him enough for him to shut the hell up, honey. But people like him, I feel like people like him don't care about no cease and desist. But I hope he does. I hope that scares him enough. Yeah, the prices are great, y'all. Listen, I ain't even gonna hold you. That's why that bougie ass tribe of mine over there getting junior suites. That's why the tribe getting junior suites. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I got. Just know I'm going to be on the ship. Don't you worry about what kind of room I got. I'm going to be on the ship. Don't you worry about what I got. I'm going to be on the ship. Okay? Okay. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here. I'm going to add the names for the people that bought raffle tickets. Thank you for buying a raffle ticket. I'm adding your name to the wheel literally as soon as I get off of here. So I'll make sure I get everybody added. And the wheel is updated. You guys have a little over a week to get your raffle ticket. They only $10, honey. They only $10. Okay. Child, I wish I could afford the presidential shit. I wish, okay? I ain't got no presidential. I ain't got no interior either. So, somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Right, Joe, if he worried about money, he need to pay Miss Diane that back child support. Because he ain't paid it. He probably still owe her. He one of them people we was talking about the other day that probably still owe child support from his kid's grown. He a granddaddy. He probably a great granddaddy. And he probably still owe child support, child. I ain't that fancy now. Don't get it twisted. Like I said, I wish I was in the presidential. That's my goal. One of these days, I'm going to get on the cruise and I'm going to have one of them suites, one of them real suites, one of them upstairs, downstairs with my own whirlpool on the balcony suites. One of these days, that's going to be my life. It ain't it right now, though. That ain't it today, but that's the goal. One of these days, I'm going to be in one of them rooms. That's the goal. It ain't the day, though. It is not the day. All right, y'all. With that being said, let me get out of here. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace. Thank y'all so much.